Hi everyone, Day First here. It is another episode of Hey Jay, an opportunity to catch up with longtime INDYCAR President Jay Frye, looking back at
long time. I've been around a long time. Long time.
Veteran?
What is that?
Seasoned.
Veteran. Seasoned veteran.
Seasoned INDYCAR President Jay
much.
Frye. Hard to believe the season's already done, but you look back at it, a ton of records, a ton of great stuff happened in 2023. Where do you begin, for crying out loud?
I'm not sure. Where should we begin?
Where do you
begin? We come up with these sheets, or you come up with these sheets every year that have 2 or 3 pages of records we broke from the previous season.
Yeah.
And then every season we think, well, there's no way that we're going to do the same thing again the following season. Well, here we are with 2 or 3 pages of new records from this past season. Remarkable competition from having 27 full-time starters every week to the most passes in the history, like 7,700 and some. Bunch of records broken at the 500 2 years in a row. So yeah, it's been an amazing run the last few years, and great competition.
The funny thing, everybody concentrates on what's happening up front, as they should, but all those passes, 7,000 plus, there's a ton of action throughout the field each and every week.
Yeah, we look at it multiple ways, from passes in the top 10, top 5 for lead, that type of thing, and all records are broken throughout all those categories every year. So it's amazing.
2024 schedule's already out. Some really cool things, a couple of them that's new for next season. Thermal, obviously, the $1 billion challenge, and then the return to the Milwaukee Mile. We'll start with Thermal. What do you love about going back there?
Well, Thermal last year was a great preseason scrimmage open test that we had. John, Tim Rogers, Nick Rhodes, a phenomenal group to deal with. The members were welcomed us with open arms, which is really cool. We kind of had this idea last year, but it was probably a little too early for it to do this $1 million open challenge. So it's going to be spectacular, a lot of money on the line, 2 different heat races, go to the main, 12 cars in a 20-lap shootout, for $1 million to win. So it should be really exciting. It's something that we created just for the fans. We're excited to have it, because if you think we had the gap in the schedule, so this fits perfectly in the gap. It's going to be something that we haven't done in a while, or in a long time. I guess they have a kind of an all-star race with a lot of money on the line. So excited about that. Obviously, Thermal's beautiful. The weather's great. So looking forward to going there.
It's not bad. And then, when it comes to INDYCAR racing competition, there's a lot of diversity. Ovals, street courses, road courses. That's what the series has been known for years and years and years, decades. To get back at a historical track like Milwaukee Mile, the legends have all won there and all competed there. It's pretty cool to see the series back.
Again, we talked about the fans earlier. This is something that there's been a lot of interest from the fans for many, many years to go back to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a great racetrack. It races very well. We're really excited to be going there. We're going to do a tire test there in a couple weeks. Probably just a single car type thing. They'll probably be very similar to Gateway tires. Just to go down and validate that, confirm that. We'll do an open test there sometime middle of next year, and then have the race next fall next summer, which will be really
and not
exciting.
just one race, we got 2
We have
doubleheader.
2, which will be double headers and ovals, add a whole nother challenge. So we have not 1, but 2 of those next year with Iowa.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, so off-season cadence has begun. There's some meetings coming up, team manager meeting, drivers meetings. What are some of the hot topics going into this?
Well, it's funny. I think really the hot topic is when we're done with the season, when we leave Laguna, everybody asks us, what do you do now? What are you guys doing? Well, from Laguna till Thanksgiving is by far the busiest time of the year for us, because we're doing everything we can to get ready for the 2024 season, 25, 6, and beyond. So, like you just mentioned, we have our off-season team manager, driver meeting cadence. So we'll have a team manager meeting next week. We'll have a driver meeting middle of November. And this is just part of where we populate our rolling 5-year plan. And we make sure, the team manager meeting is probably 20% for 2024, and then say like 50% for 25 and beyond, and then the other 20% is what's going to happen in the future. So we really look forward to these off-season meetings. This is one of the ways we make sure we're all on the same page. We've got a great paddock with very, very smart people, so it behooves us to get their input and their help in the direction of the series.
Ton of planning. Unless you're really inside, you don't understand how much planning there is. But you can't just go year to year. You got to plan ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it's important that teams, you think about if we obsolete a part, well, that's something that costs the team money. So if they know we're going to obsolete it 2 years from now, that's fine, because they can go through their inventory, they can deplete that, so they're not buying things unnecessarily.
Yeah, and if all of that wasn't enough, hybrid testing continues through the winter months. It's going to be ready for 2024.
Yeah, the hybrid testing's been going very well. We've been running a lot of laps, a lot of miles. We got a test coming up next week at IMS. which would be our, I guess not our final test, but our final configuration. So we've done street course, or not street, we've done street course. Sebring's like a street course. Road courses. We've done the short oval at Gateway, and this would be our first super speedway test with the hybrid. So excited about where it's going. Again, Chevy, Honda, Ilmor, all the drivers who are participating have been a huge help and have been again part of the solution to get this thing over the top. And we're really excited to where it's going to take us in 2024.
And several offshoots from the hybrid testing. We're talking about a lighter aero screen in 2024, right?
Yeah, so it's basically a version 2 of it. It'll do the same thing from a safety perspective, which I think we've seen numerous times. It's come into play in a big way, so we're very grateful for that. Pankel and PPG have done a really good job of lightening up the current version, so it'll be a lighter model, which we're trying to lighten up the overall car. Yeah, and there's going to be some, one of the things with it, the original piece was driver cooling, so we're building some driver cooling elements to the new screen, so yeah, it's going to be good.
It's been amazing too. I mean, ever since the aero screen came out, I mean, even this year, right out of the gate, the accident on that opening lap at St. Pete, you go back to Kirkwood across the street, upside down through turn 2, Felix Rosenquist and Marcus Ericsson at Mid-Ohio. The list just goes on and on about how beneficial this has been.
Yeah, and those are the ones you see. There's a lot of times things happen throughout the course of the race that you don't see or not aware of. Yeah. And we might not even be aware of it either until after the race. Yeah. So we've got these little cameras on all the cars called AIM cameras, so we can get the footage off of every car after every race. We can download it, and you see things flying off of these screens at times that we had no idea that even happened. So it's very impactful. Again, we're very grateful it's on the car, and the new version will be even better.
Last thing, some personal thoughts or memories, or what you look back at 2023, what puts a smile on your face?
What puts a smile on our face? I think it's amazing when you love your job. I think as we all love our job, it's amazing how fast the seasons go. Yeah. And again, you get into this routine or this cadence of things, right? So like we mentioned earlier, we're in our off-season cadence. Well, this off-season cadence will be over here shortly, right? It'll be over before you know it. Then here we go. Then the calendar turns on 2024, and we're rolling again. So it's a great series with great people. It's just a pleasure to be part of it, and it just makes coming to work very easy.
It's an honor to be a part of it.
Honor to be part of it, absolutely.
Think about all the great people that have been before us, before you, and we'll follow this group too. Yeah. So, all right, the countdown is on 2024. Hey Jay, here in the off season 2023.